Hey folks, this is old Texas Paul. I'm talk to you about Trump and the crack he's got his butt stuck in. You know, it seemed like there forever. There was just no bottom. There was just nothing he could do. I mean, it didn't matter how awful it was. I mean, we'd see something, and I know we've said it 1,000 times. When he mocked the disabled reporter. And everybody thought, oh my God, surely nobody wants a president like that. And then, we had Helsinki. We had his campaign manager getting caught turning voter data over to the Russians so they could interfere with the election. You had this just horrific behavior at the G7 summits. Just horrific. And just one thing after another. Then he gets caught blackmailing the Ukraine. I mean, you'd think one thing after another. Any one of those things would have been enough to sink a presidency. But no, those Trump folks, man, they were stuck to him like glue, man. They were not giving it up. And January 6th happened. And even then, as horrific and horrible and unprecedented as a president refusing to go through a peaceful transfer of power wasn't enough to shake them off. I mean, you got a few that shook off there, but not many. Then we had the hearings. And I was so proud of our coverage here at Meidas Media. I was so proud of how we dug into that and just showed people. If you miss it, it's still available. You can still go back and find it. We had our own proprietary feed, and we still have it available. If you want to go back and watch those hearings, you can watch all of them. But showing people the stuff that the media wouldn't, really, you felt the ground shift a little bit. It just felt different. Like he didn't get away from that one unscathed. You knew he was in trouble. Then comes Mar-a-Lago and the massive amount of classified documents that he had no good reason. No one can give you a good reason that he would have those documents, and everybody can give you 1,000 horrible reasons why he would have them. I mean, could you imagine, just, all right, take the country Chad in Africa. They're a pretty good ally of ours. Most people don't know that, but they are. Say your wife works in the consulate there, and she's passing intelligence. See, the Russians are into minerals in Africa, and all through Central Africa, they've been trying to sway people towards them and increase their influence. So, of course, we've got intelligence operations going on in Africa. Imagine if your wife's name was on some of those documents that were at Mar-a-Lago. Make it a little personal, not just abstract, because that's what was there, human intelligence. Contacts, sources, and methods. That was the dam. That broke the dam. That was the flood that just smashed it. And you're seeing comments from people on the right now, like just a whole slew of them. Alex Jones says he's voting for DeSantis now. Ann Coulter says he's done. You've got, Ben Shapiro, don't talk about Trump. I mean, they are ditching him. The rats are fleeing the ship. I mean, you got a few dingleberries hanging on, like you got like Andy Biggs and Richard Grinnell. But I'm telling you, I'm so proud. If you don't follow him, you should follow him. But Ron Filipkowski is fantastic. He really is. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should follow him on Twitter. I mean, he dispatches both of those two idiots just that quick. You know, you got Andy Biggs talking about we need to investigate the investigators. They're attacking the FBI again. And then Grinnell's talking about the photo they showed of just a small quantity of the documents that were at Mar-a-Lago. They didn't show the documents, of course. They were jacketed and you couldn't see them, but you could see the quantities of documents we were talking about. Gave you just a small taste of that this was real. I mean, this was a lot of shit he had down there. And of course, you know, Ron Filipkowski does a great job of just putting the old Zorro mark on Grinnell too. Just he, you know, if you can't defend yourself, attack the police, right? That's what defense attorneys do. Yeah, because, you know, a photo is so much more important than you know, code word classified. I mean, Jesus, the way these people just he calls it perfectly that all you've got left is just a few dingleberries, a few sycophants left in Congress that are acting like his defense attorneys, the maggoty of the maggots. But it's over. I mean, when he lost the right-wing media, it's over. Because that's all Trump has is his mouth. He's never had anything of substance to offer. His ship is going down 100%. And if you don't believe me, it's not just Ron Filipkowski. Look what old Drudge has to say. You're talking about Matt Drudge. When both the right and the left are carving your headstone, you're done. You are done. Savor the moment, folks. It's been way overdue. Love you, folks. Like I always tell you, deadlines are coming up. Check your voter registrations. Super important. They're not just cheating here in Texas. They're cheating everywhere. Everywhere Republicans run elections, you have to verify your documents. You have to verify your registration. Make sure you're there to vote, and vote. Top of the ticket to the bottom. Every election, vote Democrat. Every election. We have to put an end to this party. This Republican Party is sick and diseased, and we have to end it. I appreciate you. Please hit the subscribe button to support us any way you can. Love you, folks. Old Texas Paul out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.